So here we are heading out for our second excursion day in Milan. There's no doubt about this being the graffiti capital of the world. What do you know, Tom?
I know we just missed the walk, so still waiting for you to get your shot ready.
Favourite early morning eating spot. The Met guys have got it all out here today. So Tom's done half the job and now he's going to get our coffees. My job is just to sit here and watch the passing parade. Well done, Tom. When I asked for milk on the side, why it ended up coming like this. The guy just walked off there. He could be the guy with the stiletto in Zork, you know. He could be. Here we are back at the metro after a very unrewarding experience with a ticket machine. We are trying to get to a location in Zone 2. And if you look very closely, you'll see there is no Zone 2. Here we come, Tom.
All right.
So on a day when nothing has gone right so far, look what we've come to. Dreadful. Dreadful. Tom tells me that if we look at the end of the street here, that's the canal we're going to. I can't see how you can say that, Tom. There's blue everywhere. Blue and purple. Oh,
Look at that.
that was a bit of lightning. Tom's had what he wants to see. So I think we're going to go and get a beer somewhere. What do you think? As Tom said, it's not exactly Venice, and I think he's correct in that. We've got to bring our lock with us, Tom.
We did.
Oh, we did. Staff don't look like they're getting into it so much today. That'll explain why it's difficult sometimes travelling with Tom. Good looking dinner, Tom. So Tom would have to say that based on this, things looking up. Don't you reckon?
Things are only getting better from here.
Nice people.
Nice people.
The two waiter and waitress, they were a bit lacklustre, I thought, but apart from that. So what are you thinking, Tom? Looking up a bit?
I think looking up, the sun's come out.
Yeah.
Just had an excellent meal for lunch.
Certainly not Venice, but quite attractive in its own way. Interesting plastic flowers, not sure why they're there. I get the feeling that Tom's more interested in walking along here today than I am. I think I'm, oops. I couldn't help it, Tom, they just walked in front of me. Yes, the beautiful artworks over here. A well-known poem by Rupert Brooke called The Soldier. It goes something like this. There is some corner of a foreign field that is forever England, and we thought it was appropriate that over here we created something that is forever Australian. All right? Right there. How about that, Tom? Do you think so? Appropriate?
That's beautiful.
Which one do you reckon, Tom? This is a pretty big canal. Apparently it goes for about 9 kilometres. Like the renter bikes are very big here in Milan. There's only one difference between here and Melbourne. You never see anyone riding them. Yeah, here it comes, here it comes. Got him. There he goes. I don't think this was a stop, Tom. So here we are, waiting for our meal. Breathless anticipation.
I'm looking forward to mine.
I'm looking forward to mine as well.
I've got the grilled brim. You've got the...
Good question. I have to score you an A- on this dessert. I mean, we ended up with what we asked for.
It took a while.
It took a while. Yeah. Anyway, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Tom? Here we go.
Doesn't get better than this.
Yes, of course.
This is for you, George.
Best things in Italy.
Look at that. That's it.
I'll tell you what, Ian, that limoncello sure was strong.
It was. Well, different type of day today, do you think, Tom?
It was. Well, it was the least successful.
Started that way, but it ended up okay. We had a pretty ordinary, I did, down at breakfast this morning. Tom got me what I wanted, but what I got was not what I really wanted.
You won't order that again, will you?
Won't order that again. No. Anyway, we then tried to buy tickets for the tram, couldn't make that work. Tried to buy tickets for the train, couldn't make that work.
Couldn't work for turnstiles.
Couldn't, that's right, had to get the policeman to let Ian through. Tom was through, I couldn't get through. Finally, we get over to where we were going, over near the canals, and what happens? What happens, Tom?
The skies open up.
The skies open up, did they ever? We had the little guys come out who normally sell handbags and they swapped
Selling
over to
out the
umbrellas.
umbrellas.
Yeah, those
All
umbrellas
between
everywhere.
getting on the train at
That's right.
Central and getting off it wherever we got off.
That's right. Anyway, we got up there. I was ready to come home. Tom said, no, we're going to stay. We're going to stay and see the
Okay,
canal.
it's above ground and have a
Yeah.
look around.
Anyway, we went and had a look at the canal and I said, let's go home. Tom said, no, we're going to stay till the rain stops. Ian says, rain's not going to stop. Tom said, it's going to stop.
It stopped.
It stopped. He was right. We had a quite a delightful meal. And then we wandered the canals up and down a few times. Came home, had a bit of a sleep. What did we do after that? We went to
Had dinner.
Had dinner. That's right. Went down to our favourite restaurant, the San Giorgio, just down the
We were
road.
greeted like long lost relatives returning.
That's right. Yeah, they loved it. Oh, not only that, but we arrived and there's a couple sitting there looking quite morose. And they said, are you Australians? In an Australian accent. And I had to tell them, no, we're Kiwis. And I'm most apologetic, but then I had to let them know we really were.
You're too honest.
Too honest, yeah. But, you know, they just loved the sound of the Australian accent.
They could have heard us talk
Yeah.
all night.
All night they could have heard.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I tried a little bit of Italian on them to see what they thought about that, but all they wanted was the Australian accent. Anyway, we had a nice meal. We're back here at the apartment. Beautiful night. Into our whatever glass of wine. And do it all again tomorrow, eh, Tom?
Indeed.